Michael's not doing this?
You bet. It's on.
His remote.
Oh, okay. And we're ready to go? Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you're gonna, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
All right, thank you. This is indeed a happy occasion. This is the organizational meeting of the Board of Trustees for the Village of Sleepy Hollow, and it's when we kick off our new administrative year, and we welcome this year new members to our board. And we're looking forward to working with both of you and other new members of our community, official members of our community as well. So will we begin, as we always do, with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. Normally in our meetings and our regular meetings, we remember members of our community who've passed since our last meeting, and in an organizational meeting, it's not usually something that we do. But I thought it was appropriate if we pause for a moment tonight. Last week, an outstanding member of our community passed away, Mario De Felice, a former member of this board. More to be said about that later, but I did not want to let this evening go by and let us start without remembering Mario and all that he contributed to this village. Just one of those people that will be missed, who made a difference when he was here. So to Eleanor and the family, our thoughts are with you, and wish we could be with you tomorrow at the wake, but we can't. So we're going to pause for a moment here. Thank you all. Please be seated. All right, I'm first up. Get my mask. Yes, I know I look better with a mask on. Ooh, new size. Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Ready? All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name,
I, Ken Ray,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village mayor
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the village mayor
for the village of Sleepy Hollow
for the village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Sure. Thank you.
Sure.
For the new folks, nothing is official unless it's in the book. This is the book. We're going to begin with Denise Caglione. Looks like we're switching it around this time.
Okay.
Congratulations on the re-election.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right, repeat after me.
I, Denise Caglione.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
of Deputy Mayor
of Deputy Mayor
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
That's fine. And we're being really good by having separate pens for everybody.
I'll take that. Thank
Keep
you.
it. Mr. Rodriguez, Jared Rodriguez, please. Huh? We're going, now we're reversing it, so according to ability. If you don't have a sense of humor, you cannot do this job. All right. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
Jared Rodriguez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of trustee
discharge the duties of trustee
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Get the pen. Sign here. And if you don't do it right, call me. That's it. You can keep the pen. Thank you, sir. Mr. Andrews.
And you get candy.
Well, here's some loud applause from your side of the room.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
You're all set.
I, Tom Andrus,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will discharge the duties
that I will discharge the duties
Okay.
of, hang on a second, start over again. This time I'll do it. I, Tom Andrews,
I, Tom Andrus,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee
the duties of trustee
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
All right, that's how we got it. Congratulations. Take one of these. Great. And what is it? And this year, we also elected a new village justice. It's a 4-year term. It's my pleasure to now swear in Catherine Baldwin. Madam. Wait now until after. I might mess it up again. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I, Catherine Baldwin,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of the
Constitution
United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of village justice
the duties of village justice
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
of the Village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. I always try to keep it short. And you're going to Okay, those of you who've been to these things before know we have a number of resolutions that we have to pass that are resolutions that lay out how we're going to conduct business in the coming year. So we will begin with the first one on our official publications. If somebody could read the resolution.
Sure. Our official newspapers, publications will be Hudson Independent, River Journal, and LoHud. So moved.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Resolution's approved. Next up are where we keep our money. Somebody want to read that, please? Just make a motion.
I can read it.
Thank you.
The official depository funds would be People's United Bank, Signature Bank, TD Bank, Tompkins Mahopac Bank, Webster Bank, and Connect One Bank. I have a motion to approve. Or do you do that?
Just say so moved is good enough. We like short, succinct,
Yep.
terse. And we like seconds, too. So,
Seconded.
thank you. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved. Next up are a number of appointments that I get to make, but they're subject to approval by this board. So I'm going to make those appointments now, and I would appreciate the board doing a motion to accept all of them, if you would. Thank you. It's my pleasure to reappoint to another term Associate Village Justice Alfred Varela Jr. Al, thank you. As Village Historian, Henry Steiner. As Police Surgeon, Dr. Robert Raniolo. As Village Prosecutor, Joy Joseph. As Village Clerk and Registrar, Paula McCarthy Tompkins. As Deputy Village Clerk, Joan Bucci. And very importantly, as we run into the budget season, as Village Treasurer, Sarah DiGiacomo.
Thank you.
Could someone move approval of those appointments?
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? They're approved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you're all with us. I sort of jumped the gun when I was swearing in Trustee Scaglione, who from this moment forward will be known as Deputy Mayor Scaglione. My pleasure to appoint you, and thank you for accepting.
Thank you.
I look forward to working together.
Thank you.
We've been working together
We
pretty
have been.
closely, but
Yes.
it'll slightly different relationship from
Yes.
here on out.
Thank you.
I'm appointing the firm of McCarthy Fingar as the village attorney. Look forward to continuing to work with the firm and with Clinton Smith. And no, those are not subject to approval from the rest of the board. All right, we have a number of really exciting, I know, I can see one guy's eyes glazing over because you've been through this before, right, Billy? Bear with us.
Okay,
Ma'am.
I'm up. Year 2021, 2022, operational and procedural resolutions. The first one, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees shall hold regular board meetings on April 13th and April 27th at 7 p.m., commencing on May 2021. Regular meetings shall be held on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month, and work sessions shall be held as necessary on the first and third Tuesday of each month. Work sessions during the month of April 2021 shall be held on the April 6th and April 20th of 2021. All work sessions during the month of April shall include budget discussions. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Be it resolved upon the call of the mayor and resolution by the Board of Trustees, an official village meeting in order to conduct village business, including an executive session, may be held during a work session. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved.
Resolution 3, be it resolved that any call by the mayor for an executive session must be approved by the consent of a majority of the Board of Trustees present, unless advised by council to the contrary. All decisions reached by the Board of Trustees during an executive session are to be confirmed by a vote in a public session immediately thereafter. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Be it resolved that an emergency meeting of the Board of Trustees may be called by the mayor upon notice to each member at least 24 hours in advance of the start of said meeting. Such notice may be made in person, electronically, or telephonically at such email addresses and telephone numbers on file with the village clerk. Further notice of said emergency meeting shall be given by the village in accordance with the New York State Public Officers Laws, Section 104. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved.
Resolution 5, be it resolved, any member of any appointed board, committee, or commission having a term of office, seat, or position in excess of 1 year who is absent from 3 or more regularly scheduled sessions of such board, committee, or commission shall be subject to removal by the Board of Trustees upon due notice and an opportunity for said board member to be heard. Removal shall be declared by the mayor and must be confirmed by a majority of the Board of Trustees at its next regularly scheduled session. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? And the resolution's approved.
Be it resolved in the event of the unavailability of the village justice and/or the associate village justice to perform his or her duties, judicial coverage shall be requested first from the town of Mount Pleasant and second from the village of Pleasantville, according to New York State CPL-120.30. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? And the resolution's approved. Sorry, I cut somebody off.
I just said aye a little late.
Apologies. I'll pause.
No problem.
Be it resolved, the mayor and Board of Trustees shall constitute a committee of the whole to adopt the village budget for 2021-2022 as prescribed by law. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Number 8, be it resolved, it shall be the responsibility of each department head to review and approve all bills and invoices for his or her department prior to submission for approval to the village treasurer. The village treasurer shall review and approve all bills and invoices, and if found correct, shall cause the bills and invoices to be presented on a warrant to the Board of Trustees for its approval at its next regular meeting, if possible. Upon approval of the warrant by the Board of Trustees, the treasurer shall cause the warrant to be processed and prepare checks for presentment to the mayor for his signature by facsimile or electronic signature in those cases as authorized by the mayor. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved.
Be it resolved, notwithstanding any resolutions to the contrary, the treasurer and mayor shall be authorized to pay various public utilities, postal, freight, and express charge bills as received and as necessary. All such claims shall be presented at the next regular meeting for audit, and the claimant and the officer approving the claims are jointly and severally liable for any amount the Board of Trustees may disallow. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution is approved.
Resolution 10, be it resolved that members of the Board of Trustees may participate in work sessions, board meetings, including executive sessions, by video conference in accordance with the New York State Public Officers Law, Section 103, in cases of ill health, acknowledged hardship, or significant distance of travel. No more than 2 board members may participate in a video conference at any one meeting. The board member or members participating by video conference may cast a vote if all discussion and comments of the member or members participating in video conference can be heard by the public attending or listening to said meeting. No proxy may be granted or utilized in any vote and/or action of the Board of Trustees or individually by the mayor or any trustee. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Just a quick note for people who watch these meetings or come to these, well, been watching these meetings for the last year. There is a special order of the governor, emergency order, that allows us all to participate. If and when that order is lifted and we are back in regular sessions, this is what will apply. So no more than 2 of us. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Be it resolved, any employee using his or her own private vehicle in the course of official, approved and documented village business shall be reimbursed for actual mileage used per the prevailing IRS mileage reimbursement rate upon the presentment of satisfactory documentation of such usage to the treasurer. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Be it resolved, the mayor and the Board of Trustees, in their ongoing effort to encourage opportunities for the public to comment on any and all matters related to the village, designate 2 public comment sections during each regularly scheduled official meeting. The second public comment section shall be scheduled at the end of the meeting. Comments in both sections shall be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. A speaker may speak a second time only once for 3 minutes. All speakers shall be respectful and refrain from personal or collective attacks and defamation. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved.
Resolution 13, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees adopts Robert's Rules of Order for the conduct of its business at meetings. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees requires any municipal officer, employee, or elected official attending a meeting or conference for village business and desirous of receiving reimbursement for any expenses related to such meeting or conference to receive prior authorization from the Board of Trustees for any reimbursement for expenses related to such meeting or conference. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? The resolution's approved.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby elects to continue the monetary threshold for capitalization of fixed assets at the sum of $5,000, and be it further resolved, all assets purchased for $5,000 or more must be recorded in the village fixed asset ledger, and a property ledger card must be maintained, and be it further resolved, the treasurer is directed to use the straight line method to calculate depreciation of these capital assets. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed or abstentions? Resolution's approved. We have a final resolution, which is just approving the procurement policy, which thankfully we will not be reading.
Yeah, because
You're
I thought I was
welcome.
tag on it. You want to read the whole,
Adoption.
move the adoption.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstentions? And that resolution is approved as well. Before I ask for a resolution to adjourn or move,
Judge Farrell.
right. Al is the acting associate justice because he's a holdover until he gets sworn in. So you're here, and you haven't had a chance to think better of it yet, so we're going to swear you in right now. You get the prominence of your own special. Okay. Then number 4.
I, Alfred A. Ferrella,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of
of
America
the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of
York,
the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Associate Village
the
Justice
duties of Associate Village Justice
of the Village of Sleepy
of the
Hollow
Village of Sleepy Hollow
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
I enjoyed it.
It's Monday, you're not used to being here on a Monday.
I know, but that's not very good. I'm just going to take that one from right here. No, thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Couple of things. I just want to welcome our new members. I look forward to working with both of you. I think it's going to be a really exciting year. We have a ton of work to do. And no joke about that. I might be a little bit light about doing these resolutions, but they are really important to us because they lay out how we're going to go about our business through the rest of the year. But I'm glad to see our returning members. We wish good health to Trustee Gonzalez as well. Look forward to working with all of you. And I just also want to say in advance to your families, thank you for letting us all work together. For those of you who've been on the board, whose families know what I'm talking about, your family members are going to be in for a lot of work here, more time than any of us really think until we get involved in it. And I want to thank you all for putting up with that and supporting them and supporting us. That's incredibly helpful. So thanks again. Look forward to getting this underway, which is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll be right back here. Can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Is there a second? It should come from. Okay, thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.